I want to be a tow truck when I grow up. Yeah. I'm going to tow cars. I'm gonna be a tow truck.
Events like this is so important. It's a springboard for our kids' future, especially when it comes to career, having aspirations, understanding what they want to do in life after school. This was an event hosted by Dillard Drive Magnet Middle School, and I was so honored once I got the call from C&J Towing to help capture this event. This is an event that's different from regular career fair events, when someone just has a poster board up and business cards, kids walking by, not really engaged, don't really know what's going on. In a truck fair event, they're seeing literally different occupations, different careers live. They're seeing these live trucks that do so many different things. So things like this is so important, and obviously at Dillard Drive Magnet Middle School, they are really putting their kids' future as priority. And they reached out to C&J Towing to come out there and be a guest speaker. All right, so we're here at the Dillard Drive Middle School in Raleigh, North Carolina with C&J Towing. So can you tell us a little bit about what you guys doing for the kids out here at the school?
So yeah, we got a phone call from Miss Simmons. She's one of the coordinators out here, and she was having a truck event, and she thought about us, and she thought it would be a great idea to have a towing company out here. And we thought it would be a good idea to give back to the community and talk to the kids about what we actually do, the certifications that they have to have. A lot of them have been asking a lot of questions about how do you become a tow truck driver. So we've been getting some responses about, kids wanting to be a tow truck driver. And as well, you have the female students. They also want to be engaged on tow truck driving and dispatching.
Right.
I got my dispatcher here with me, Andronika.
So what are some of your primary roles as a dispatcher for the towing company?
So a lot of times I'm just answering the phones for different insurance companies, talking to AAA, talking to different customers, making sure their cars are getting to and from wherever they needed to go, making sure they're off the streets and safe, making sure my drivers are where they're supposed to be at any time and every time.
Absolutely. So any type of experience you had to gain to be able to be successful as a dispatcher?
There is. So I had to get training in all of the apps that we use, from Towbook to AAA, just to be able to maneuver calls and be able to get in touch with different people in order to make everybody's life pretty easy.
Absolutely. So you like the brains behind all the operations,
I'd
putting
like
it all
to think
together.
so.
Speaking with the kids, they're showing them examples of ownership. Not only being a driver, but also C&J Towing, they are a business that started off from one truck and continued to build on to multiple trucks and became a fleet. They're having this opportunity to speak to kids where they can understand that, it's not one size fit all. Everyone don't have to go the same route to become successful. And that's one thing that these truck fair events, career events can really show our kids that, just because you don't go the path of one of your friends, you still have an amazing future ahead of you. You just have to move forward, find something that you love, and just work towards it. Can you tell us a little bit about the motivation behind events like this?
Sure. So here at Dillard, we want to create 21st century students with 21st century skills and knowledge of what they can do, what they can make of their future. So nothing motivates students like talking to people in the industry, in the fields that they might be going to, seeing trucks, and being able to get an idea hands-on of what might be a possibility for them. We are a magnet school with global studies as our focus, and so we try to tie a lot of things to the global sustainable development goals. And so as you go around the fair, you see which goal is pertinent to each truck or each vehicle.
Absolutely. So how do you come across the vendors? How do they get in your selection to come to the school?
Really, it's just kind of thinking about what are interesting vehicles out there, what are vital elements of the community, and calling, visiting, seeing who has contacts, and working really hard to get everybody to come. And so I'm so appreciative of C&J Towing for coming and participating today.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, and one thing we want our kids to know is, there's a lot of different pathways into careers. Some kids are going to pursue college degrees. Some kids are going to pursue more hands-on stuff, going straight into a career with some either on-the-job training or mandatory training, and it's not just one thing, right? There's a ton of different options out there for them.
Absolutely. So the truth. Thanks so much, Ms. Simmons.
Thank you.
All right, Chris, so here we are wrapping up the event here at the middle school. How do you think things went today?
I would say things went very well. The kids seem to be very excited about the towing, asking different questions about like what's the most exciting thing I've seen, asking more so what's the salary making of an average towing guy. So like it makes me feel good that they kind of look up to this trade. I'm glad that we was able to take part of this event. Hopefully we could do some other events in the near future.
Absolutely. Any takeaways?
And the biggest takeaway, you'd be surprised how smart our kids are. The number one question I ask every group that came out here today is, what do you think about when you think about towing? And their answer was pretty much safety. And safety is very important in this industry because a lot of people get hurt.
So what, if you can tell like some kids listening, what made you want to get into the towing, and basically what type of attributes they may have that, so they'll know that this could be a good field for them to have a career.
As I grew up, I was always outside. I was always near farm trucks and different stuff like that. So that made a big difference with me trying to, and some things, like I said before, some things are in the genes. So my granddad, he was a truck driver. So growing up, I never knew that I would be doing what I'm doing now. But I could see, God has his plan. So I think about that after I got into the business. I was like, oh wow, my granddad used to be a truck driver. So yeah, right. Think about all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then a lot of times people think of when it comes to trucking, they just think about males being dominant in the industry. But I see when out here you have 2 dispatchers that are female that's been supporting the company as well. Anything you can talk to the young girls out there about as well that want to get involved in the business?
Yes, dispatcher is probably one of the most important things when it comes to towing, because you got to know who can do what, and it's customer service. So it would be too much on a driver. It would be too confusing if you just threw calls at him and he don't know what to do first, you know what I'm saying? So that's where the dispatcher comes in at. The driver's main focus is needed to be picking up that car safely and getting into the destination safely. Not worrying about what car he needs to do in orderly. That's where the dispatcher comes in. That's why they're so important, and they can keep the members updated, and they can ask them how their service was. So my hat's off to their daily duties. I know I give them a hard time at times, but they do a very good job at the job they do. Even on the other side of it, answering their phone. So yeah, they always support us. They always got our back. So we do appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. So are there also female tow truck drivers that you've seen out there as well?
Yes, we actually have had drivers that drove for us. Like I said, we just don't do towing, we do light service too. So we have had drivers that have drove for us before. We're in a time of day where everybody's equal. Same amount of training. I feel like a woman can do the job just as well as a male.
Okay, so what are the services that you provide?
The service that we provide is, of course, towing, tire changes, lockouts, fuel deliveries, all of that, battery, boost. We do it all. Roadside assistance. That's pretty much what we do.
We definitely appreciate what you guys are doing out here, man. It's making a big difference, because this is a job that, you know, where would we be? Like, you don't think of how important it is until you're in trouble. And then you're like, now, you know, you would see the importance of what you guys are doing and getting some inside scoop of how it all comes together. I know I learned a lot just listening to you guys talk to the kids today. So, you know, much respect for that, and you know what I'm saying, let's keep pushing and doing what you guys are doing.
Yeah, and I also would like to say, you know, I appreciate you. I appreciate the Highest Point. Always, whenever we need to put a word out there, y'all willing to help us out and work as a team. So I take my hats off to y'all. This was last minute, and y'all just pulled through for us, and I appreciate it. And hopefully we can do more events to come, and hopefully we can do some more events to do more like this, like give back to the community, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, the community, man. That's what C&J represent. So until next time, you guys hold it down, don't let it hold you. We out of here.
You call, we all.
The Highest Point Podcast.
More than a pod, it's a lifestyle.